BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTaproom.com.
He can run things at the left side. Now Helton stings the top corner. Hodgson Rogers, she gets the edge, tries to split the defenders, does. Bounce shot is good.
Back kicks, deals, fastball swung on and missed.
Oh, big hit there from Page, and that's going to go over the wall.
Now Muir looks in the middle, finds Matagano, and she buries Foddy's up top as Green runs through all of them. Beautiful pass backside, and Kahn with another save.
And welcome to Bedford High Stadium on this overcast Wednesday afternoon in Division I contest between the Bedford Bulldogs. They come in 9-3 against the 7-4 Dover Green Wave. I'm Harry Kozlowski, Jay Abenroth here on the broadcast. And Jay, the Bulldogs have been pretty solid this year, winning some big games, taking on some pretty solid out-of-state competition. Some of those losses came against some of the out-of-state schools that are pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a nice job with starting the year with some new starters, some freshmen getting their first playing time, but they've definitely matured. And as we see their score sheet, really 3 losses, 2 of them out of state. And credit to Coach Gaudreau for getting outside and seeing some really strong competition.
And speaking of Coach Gaudreau, we had a chance to speak with him the other day to get his thoughts on where his team's at. Let's see what he had to say. We're speaking with Coach Steve Gaudreau of the boys lacrosse team, and they're taking on Dover this afternoon. Coach, how's the season been going so far? You've been playing some out-of-state competition. That really raises the level of challenge for you guys, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. We, our goal is certainly to be playing our best lacrosse at the end of the year. So every year we look at trying to challenge ourselves, and we went up to Maine and played the defending Maine state champs and had a couple tough games down in Massachusetts. So we're excited with where we're at. We've certainly learned a lot about our team and feel like going into these last few weeks, we kind of have our sights set for where we want to be at the end of the year.
I had the chance to cover the Exeter game, which at the time was a battle of the top teams in Division I, and really struck me the job that Dylan Riccio has been doing for you on those face-offs. He almost can't lose those face-offs other than on violations. Tell us about what makes Dylan so good on those face-offs.
Dylan's a hard worker. He's always put a lot of work in. I've coached Dylan a long time, and he's always outworked his opponent, and that's certainly a theme for him. And I think it's been great, to see him get tested here against some of the teams we've been playing. And I know that down the stretch for us, our success is certainly Dylan's a part of that. So, but he's a great leader. He's a captain for us as a junior. So, I feel like, even on Dylan, a day that Dylan maybe is, battling it out with a guy, he's going to figure things out. So.
And of course, you've got your leading scorers. Bryson Durso is doing a terrific job, as is Bennett Matthews. They are leading the team on offense. Tell us about your offensive attack.
It's always a good place to start when you got a player like Bennett. And this year, certainly has been a little bit different. You know, we've always had Bennett and Brody to kind of bounce off each other the last couple of years, and you know, in the absence of Brody, it's all about Bennett kind of taking the leadership role and bringing some other guys along. And Bryce is one of those guys that stepped up and you know, and done a heck of a job. So it's been great to see. I can't say enough good things about Bennett. You know, certainly he's pretty well known, but I think, you know, for such a player that is so well known, I think the little things that he does to make his teammates better is the unseen things are the things to me that makes him so great. So
One last question. How have you and your team dealt with the kind of the truncated schedule during the spring? A lot of the sports in spring are being kind of squeezed into just 2 months. Does that create any challenges for you with a heavy schedule where you don't have a lot of time off?
yeah, it's an interesting, you know, it's definitely an interesting season. We have what I feel like is one of the longest preseasons for high school sports. We have, you know, a full 3 weeks, and then you know we're off and running here and playing 3 games, you know, in a week a lot of times, and you know traveling all over the place. So for us, I think it's just managing that, figuring out times where we can get our rest. Finding, you know, how to prepare for our next opponent. You blink and you miss half the season. So, you know, again, I look at it where we stand right now. I think we're in a really good spot to make a run. We certainly have a lot of unfinished business out there. So, again, we're looking forward to the next one.
Well, that's great news, Coach. Good luck with the rest of the season. We'll speak to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much to Coach Gaudreau for joining us. We're just about ready for face-off here. Give you the starters real quick for the Bedford Bulldogs. Actually, we'll get to those in just a moment. We'll give you the Dover starters. Colin Kozlowski on defense, number 2. Bryson Glidden, number 3, also a defenseman, a Lundstick midi. Silas Brown, number 7 on the attack. Porter Gray, number 9, also on attack, a senior. Owen Wood is also starting. He's number 12. Matthew Sylvia, number 15, in net. Geffen Adorian, midfielder, number 18. Ethan Morin, number 25, on defense. Ryan Hebert, number 28, on defense. And Logan Carter on attack, number 32. Your Bulldog starters include Kobe Rubin, number 2. Number 5, Dylan Riccio. He'll be taking the faceoffs. Will Frangelo, number 7, on defense. Cam Santos, number 8, on defense. Number 9, Drew Clark on defense. Number 10, Paul Gaudreau on defense as well. Then Ethan Kahn starting netminder, number 12. Bennett Matthews, leading scorer on the team. He'll be a midi, and he's number 13. Salo Fatorik gets the start on the attack, number 18. Drew Pascalis, a freshman, on the attack as well, number 33. Teams are meeting at the center of the field, getting their instructions. Keepers going to their nets. Bedford will be going from left to right. And we are about ready to go here, Jay.
Yeah, and so another exciting day. This is kind of the meat of the season, if you will. Both teams have played some common opponents and really taken care of the teams they should have, with a few losses on the Dover side. But it should be a good matchup, and it's all going to start here at the Face-Off X, where Dylan Riccio's having a fantastic year, winning almost 79% of his draws.
And he is up against number 12, Owen Wood, face-off specialist for the Green Wave. And there's another win for Riccio. Quick breakout, Matthews. There's a shot inside, a quick shot right there, backed up by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, as we see the replay here, really nice. This face-off weapon is great. Get Bennett Matthews out on a break. 2 passes, probably could use one more, just a little bit of a hesitation on the handle, but a good shot and a good backup by Savo Fatoris.
That was Ruben. Tried to get into Durso. He loses the handle. And the Green Wave take over here. Parker Ketchum, number 22. Up the near sideline. Crosses midfield. Dover wearing their dark green with white. Pass across now to Cooper Ketchum. Now Daniel Toland, number 11. Behind X goes Logan Carter, and now it's back on top with Ketchum. Dover just working the perimeter here. And Carter coming out from behind X. Low shot right between the 5-hole on Ethan Kahn, and the Dover Green Wave take the lead here 1-0.
Yeah, here we see Drew Clark. He played pretty nice defense, nice shot, and Kahn wasn't able to come down through the wickets there. As you mentioned, Dover really being patient, working the ball around. Looked like they kind of had a matchup they wanted to go exploit, and good on them. They were able to get the score. Interesting on these games, 4 o'clock start, a little bit early. It's going to be about energy and attitude in the beginning, and I think then the talent will come in for either team to take advantage of the scoreboard.
Another face-off win for the Bulldogs. And quickly on the attack, Matthews gets the ball from Riccio, who goes to the sideline, joined there by Bryson Durso. Matthews and Durso are your 1 and 2 scorers for the Bulldogs. Becker now, back to Rubin behind X. Now Fatorik passes it up, Durso. Matthews runs, pulls up, gets inside to Becker. Becker wheels around, loses the handle, still can't pick it up. Now does. Great recovery there. Now Durso slowing things down while the Bulldogs reset. 1-on-1 against Ketchum. Durso wheels around, gets it to Becker. Becker with the spin move, can't get a shot away. Good defense there by the Green Wave, but Becker pulls out, is able to reset this Bedford attack. Now Matthews shot low and scores.
Yeah, very nice ball movement. Dax Becker, good ball control twice. They got him kind of hanging his stick, but he was able to get out, and you can see him here. Not really much of a motion. Bennett Matthews just kind of drifts out. His defender can't go under the pick, kind of like basketball. If you go over the screen, the shooter's going to shoot, and Bennett was able to put it in. Nice play, good, solid second possession for Bedford to get points on the board.
And Matthews is kind of known for that rising shot coming down from down near the ground and moving up. That's got to fool a lot of keepers. Another win there for Riccio, and he decides to go on the attack. Durso fires, save there by Sylvia.
Yeah, nice save by the keeper. Sometimes with a hard shot from Durso, you have a tendency to kind of wiggle your stick around, but he was able to stand strong, and Durso hit him in the stick, so kind of an easy save for standing tall for the keeper.
Now Dover has possession. They wait for Toland to join him on the field.
And we
Brown. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, we see man-to-man by Bedford. And Dover's really kind of content to, first 2 possessions, really spread it out. And I think they're trying to find the matchups that they want, and they are patient.
Game of catch between Toland and Brown there, now behind X. That was number 9, Gray. Carter, the goal scorer, moves across the top, gets it over to Joyce. And then quickly back now to Huber Ketchum. Shot backed up by the Green Wave, goes wide. They'll retain.
Yeah, good team defense by Bedford. Again, Dover wisely, I think, using all of the field, making sure those passes aren't getting knocked around. Let's see how they can push towards the net or if Bedford can keep them away.
Gray gets it up to Toland. Back down to Gray. Frangillo on him. And now Brown loses the handle, able to get it back. Double teamed, ball on the ground. Durso had a shot at it, couldn't get it, ball still loose. Finally chased down by Ketchum. And the Green Wave retained control.
Yeah, good hustle there by Dover. Ball was bouncing around a little bit. Saw a few hockey moves, slapping at the ball, but they were able to come out with it and keep this possession alive.
Now an errant pass goes right to the crease where Kahn is able to control it, and he quickly throws the breakout to Durso. Now Matthews, we get a penalty flag here, so Bedford will go on the power play in just a bit, man advantage. Rubin to Pascalis.
And that flag, I think one of the Dover defenders lost track of the lines and actually ended up going over the midfield line. So that'll be an offsides on Dover, giving Bedford the man up.
And Matthews fires a shot, hits the ground in front of the crease in front of Sylvia, backed up by the Bulldogs, and we get a timeout. And Bedford will have the advantage here for, I believe, was a 30-second violation?
Yeah, so it was an offsides, probably a 30-second with that save, as we see earlier from Durso. I will note, too, I just saw number 19, a stalwart over a number of years, Brody Helton, making his debut for the season on Man Up here. Brody coming back from some injury. Good to see him at least in playing shape. Normally, he would be out here shooting with the rest of them, but glad to see him on his road to recovery, and hopefully he can make a impact on this game for his first time back.
You can see Helton in the middle of everything. He's got a brace on his right knee, kind of playing the pivot man in the formation here.
Yeah, and it's a good spot. It kind of protects him from having to move around too much. He's got a great stick and really trying to find some open holes in the defense as Matthews takes a shot from outside.
Pascalis backs him up. Possession remains with Bedford. Now Pascalis to Matthews. Inside, tried to get it to Helton. He couldn't make the save. It goes to the keeper, Sylvia. Now Dover on the attack. Glidden takes a hit. And we get a timeout here with 6:31 to go in the first. While we've got a moment, we want to thank our underwriters, BC TV and Bedford 105.1, bringing you these Bulldog sports broadcasts here. And the underwriters include Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Thank you very much to our sponsors.
Yeah, so we've got an interesting 1-1 tie here, 6.5 left. I think both teams kind of feeling each other out. The goalie on Dover, that play has been pretty strong, standing tall, stopping a lot of high-velocity shots from Durso and Matthews and the like. Again, on that turnover, it's okay. Love to see it because Matthews' fake shot went in and tried to feed Brody Helton on the inside. If caught, that would have been a really nice turn and dunk, but not able to get there. But again, it's we'll forgive Brody for a little bit of the rust, and I'm sure he'll have plenty more opportunities.
Bedford back on the field. Dover just breaking up their huddle. They will have possession here, all tied up at one apiece.
I'm looking here. It looks as though Dover is still in a man-down situation, so we'll have kind of odd man, as you said. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think they're still man down for a little bit longer.
Looks like Colin Kozlowski is on the sideline there. I'm not sure if he's considered in the box or not.
I think he is.
Ketchum crosses midfield. Sharp angle shot right there from Logan Carter. He gets the second goal.
Yeah, a really nice shot from Carter there. Not necessarily as you see number 5 coming down for Dover, and the shot for 32 caught Kahn off of his pipe. I don't think he was ready for that shot. You know, oftentimes you're not expecting a shot when the team is man down. You expect them just to run out the clock and get back to even strength, but Dover was able to push hard and get a good shot on goal. And again, I think it caught Kahn off guard a little bit off of his line, or off of his post, excuse me.
Another win for Riccio. He quickly goes off the field along with number 8, Cam Santos. Pascalis now on the attack, back to Helton, who's playing behind X now. Makes a cut, comes up, wheels around, fires a shot through the crease. Misses everything, but backed up by Bedford. They'll retain.
Yeah, and a nice move is, you know, here I am knowing everything, saying it's good to protect Brody, put him on the crease, and he goes one-on-one from behind, and a nice move, gets an angle. Probably could use one more step to create some angle, but a nice move from Helton, an encouraging sign.
Now Rubin behind X, being watched by Kozlowski, no relation. Durso wheels, fires, scores.
Yeah, nice job by Durso, really taking it on his shoulders as we see the replay. Kind of sweeping, looking for someone, but they didn't slide fast enough. He had a short stick on him. Number 18, Geffen Adorian, was playing nice defense, but Durso's well equipped to handle a short pull and was able to take advantage before the slide came. Nice shot.
All tied up 2 apiece, 5:26 to go. It's Wood against Riccio once again. And Dylan Riccio gets that loose ball, not cleanly, but he does come up with it eventually. He joins the attack. Riccio fires and scores. That's a move that Dylan will do every once in a while.
Yeah, what a weapon to have Dylan at the face-off X, again going 79% as we see him here. Able to shoot, was able to have the patience, run through the stick and get a better angle and get closer to the goal, and I think that's the difference. 5 yards is a lot for a goalie to be able, if you shoot 5 yards out, further out, they're going to be able to track it and save, but his willingness to take a few more steps and take the check and then shoot was the difference in that goal, I think.
And that gives the Bulldogs the lead at 3-2. Riccio with another win, keeps stacking those wins. He's got to have one of the best percentages in Division One.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done really well. There's, as you look at Bedford, the games that they've lost are the ones where he's had either, a 50-50 or, as we see Bennett Matthews come in again. But for Riccio, the games that they've lost, his face-off percentage is a hallmark and an indicator of their success. Against BG, as an example, he came up against a pretty strong face-off guy and struggled. Same against Hingham, but today and in most games he's able to really take control of the game.
Bennett Matthews scores his second of the game, goes high and fires. 4:54 to go here in the first. Bulldogs up by 2, 4-2.
Yeah, Bennett's already had such a nice year, taking control, being the leader on this team, willing to shoot. That's shooters shoot, but he's really worked on his shot and the placement, both left and right hand, and we can see that in the scoring sheet.
Bulldogs control after the faceoff. Riccio joins the rush, this time from sideline. Now goes behind X, looking for an opening, gets it to Pascalis. Can't come up with it clean on the ground. Still loose. Trying to come up with it, goes over the center line. And I think, yes, finally Dover comes up with it, number 18. That's Adorian, and we get a whistle here.
Yeah, I think we had interference, which means someone on Dover had picked up the ball and another player was had a pick or obstructing one of the team members. So kind of a little bit of a lucky break for Bedford. Sloppy after that face-off win, kind of threw the ball away and then couldn't pick it up, and so they're lucky to have that back right now on this offensive possession.
Matthews over to Durso. Becker back to Durso. 4 minutes to go here in the first. Becker gets it to Pascalis, so I had a little trouble once again controlling. Now Durso from Matthews. One-on-one, pauses, swings around, gets it inside the Becker. Becker loses it, gets it right back. Comes in, peels away, gets it to Rubin behind X. Now Pascalis looks for an outlet, finds Matthews. Inside to Becker, in the slot, fires. Had a little interference there from the defender there, 18, Adorian.
Yeah, it looked like it got caught up in the shooting strings a little bit. It was a nice move. He did everything but put the ball on cages. We see the replay. Made the move, stumbled a little bit, and then winged it to the left. Again, I think that's the lip on the stick.
Pascalis tried to get it off the ground. Backs up his own shot. Good save there by Sylvia.
Yeah, Bedford's getting some good shots here. I think a little bit of sloppiness, some drops that are uncharacteristic. If they clean that up, I think they're going to have even a little bit more time to shoot and find those angles and find the cage.
Now 3 to go in the first. Bennett Matthews gets a pick there from Durso. Comes in tight, makes his move, scores. Just kind of weaved his way through the defense.
Yeah, I think that's, again, as we see the replay here, a hallmark of Bennett's play this year is his strength and conditioning has really paid off. And so saw number 18 come over Geffen Dorian, but really didn't come with a body, and I don't think Bennett was too afraid of that, and so he let it bounce off and then allowed him to continue to walk in unobstructed to the goal, and that's an easy goal for Bennett when you're one-on-one with the goalie. But again, I think I contribute that to his strength and conditioning, and it allows him to be a lot more confident with the ball.
Matthews picks up his third goal. Add that to the 44 he's got on the season. He's got 47 so far. Durso, the number 2 scorer, with 36. He's got one of the game as well, so he's up to 37. Bedford with the win, and then a great move by Fatorik in tight. And Silvio was hung out to dry.
Yeah, really nice play. Started at the face-off as Durso kind of knew Dylan Riccio was going to win and was able to leak out. And this is a textbook fast break. Savo Vittoria's had a chance for a couple different fakes before putting it in the back of the net. Really nice play by the team here. Bulldogs with 4 straight goals here, take a 6-2 lead. And I should point out, too, Brody Helton helped out there with the assist. Yeah, absolutely. And, this is what we talk about, tightening up the passes. You get the clean catch and the clean pass, and you just have a little bit more time to fake and think about what you're doing. And if Bedford can get there, I think they're going to have a lot more success in this game. Bedford wins the face-off again. I noticed, too, that Parker Ketchum was taking that face-off against Riccio, so I guess they're trying to mix things up a little bit. Flag flies. Let's see what this is about. Hands on the hips, that means... Yeah, so that was an offsides. It was a very late call. Perhaps the right one. It's hard to see, but I think even though Bedford had the ball and threw it away, I think the ref was just making sure, double counting. With possession, and offsides means that you got a flag, and it's Bedford's ball. Matthews gets it back. We get another whistle. Okay, so this is what is happening. So I think they are wiping off the flag, and what they're saying now is even though the ball went out of bounds when Bedford did not have possession, the Dover Green Wave player was offside, so it is not a flag, but the possession stays with Bedford due to the offsides. So 6-on-6, full field lacrosse. Nifty play there by Matthews. He found Helton cutting in from behind goal line extended, tried to do a little wraparound, but Helton misses the mark. Yeah, and these are two that know each other very well. I think Brody, again, wanted to rush to get that first goal of the season. Probably could have taken a cradle there, but, again, good to see the two of them working well together. Nice defensive play there. Here's a turnover, open net. Oh, boy, Pascal's had a wide open net, and he misses. That's a little bit of that's one you'd love to have back. Open net, you don't get, clean catch. And again, I think this is just, going through. Drew's had a really nice year, freshman, starting to grow and get a little bit more confidence. But that's one later in the season you have to be able to carry and gather yourself and,
here's another
and
turnover.
score.
We got a flag. And it looks like Pascal has scored here, but we'll see what the flag is. Hold on, Bedford. Yeah, I think they're going to call on Brody Helton there on the pass against number 28, Ryan Herbert. Man down for Bedford. And let's see what Dover can do with 1:42 in the first quarter. Waiting for play to resume here. And away we go. Dover with the ball. Brown. Behind X now to McCormick. Quick shot there by Carter. He's been effective from that side. Carter gets it back. Deflected. McCormick has it again. And kind of a weak shot there. I believe it came from Silas Brown, and Kahn was able to pick that up, and now Bedford coming back. Helton, the give and go, gets it back and scores. There's that goal.
Yeah, that couldn't have happened at a better timing for Bedford as we see the replay. Nice save by Kahn. Cam Santos got the outlet, and right away
Go by number 19,
the Brody
Helton.
Helton penalty was over. He caught it, passed to Ruben, the give and go, able to collect and score for his first goal of the year.
So the assist from Ruben, right?
That is correct. Yeah, really nice play all around. Kahn with the save to Santos to Helton, Ruben Helton.
Did you know he was going to play the Did you know he was going to play the Yeah. Of course he did. Okay.
Face off, still loose, kick there.
1 minute.
Santos picks it up, loses it, gets it right back to Riccio. That was Wood in the face-off circle again for Dover. Riccio fires, saved by Sylvia. Quick breakout here. Bryson Glidden gets the ball over the center line. Now Gray waits, gets it over to Parker Ketchum, number 22. And now Ketchum over to Cooper Ketchum. Daniel Toland to Logan Carter. Loses the handle. That's turnover on Dover. Drew Clark for Bedford. There's the block pass. Carter almost comes up with it. Good focus there by Bedford to get the ball back, but a kind of a wild pass into the offensive zone. Another turnover as Morin gets it, and time expires here in the first. So quick recap of the scoring. It was Dover that went up first. Logan Carter scores at the 10:51 mark. It was 1-0 Green Wave. Then Matthews from Becker made it 1-1 at 9:36. At 6:15, Carter scores again, this time from one of the Ketchum brothers, and that made it 2-1. At 5:26, Bryson Durso tied it up at 2 apiece. Dylan Riccio, right off a face-off, goes straight to the net and scores just 10 seconds later. 5:16 makes it 3-2, and that started the Bulldog run. Matthews at 4:54, Matthews again at 2:54, and then Fatorik at 2:44 from Helton, and at 1:04, Helton gets the goal from Ruben to make it 7-2. We at BCTV and Bedford 105.1 would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. They include Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. We thank our very civic-minded businesses here in Bedford to make these broadcasts possible for you. So one period down, it looked like it was going to be a dogfight, but Bedford really turned it up, went on a run there, and put some distance between them and the Green Wave.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a nice job and really, again, settling down. I just always think back when forever ago when I was playing, those 4 o'clock starts right after school, it's kind of hard to, even though Bedford didn't get off the bus, if you say, but, kind of figuratively get off the bus and get going. And so it was a little bit of a lull. That 1-1 stuck for a little bit. But now I think you start to see the teamwork of Bedford in kind of all phases of the game, starting with what we see on the screen here, the face-off. I'll tell you, that is the X factor of all X factors in lacrosse. And Bedford has one that's pretty special in Dylan Riccio, and he is really, I would say, the number one reason why we see this big of a lead in a game that otherwise wouldn't suggest they'd be a 5-goal lead.
Yeah, face-offs equal possessions in lacrosse, and they're really critical on maintaining offensive control.
Absolutely, and I think too, it's a posture as well. So, when you're losing face-offs, you're not going to put a Bennett Matthews out there, for example. You're going to put a defensive midfield out there, and so you're expecting to play defense, and then you're going to have to go transition. But with Dylan Riccio winning at this clip, you can almost put 2 short sticks out there on the wings and not need the defensive Cam Santos, because he's going to do exactly what he just did here and get a fast break.
Sylvia ready for that one. Makes the save. Dover on the attack. Down the sideline goes Ethan Morin. Still with it, fights off a check. Morin goes all the way behind X. Then loses the ball. Bouncing. Bedford comes up with it. Nope.
Yeah, looks like Bennett Matthews out of the fray there, and we do see a new defender on the Bedford side, Ethan Hare, replacing Paul Gaudreau for a little bit of spell. And always good to have Bennett Matthews cleaning up the garbage goals there, or garbage on the ground, and clearing for you.
Rubin makes a pass that's off the mark. Now picked up by Parker Ketchum for Dover over the center line. Green wave in the Bedford zone now. Nice spin move. Shot as he was going down. Number 5, Cooper Ketchum. That's backed up. Dover will obtain.
Yeah, and a nice transition for Dover from defense and that turnover up to offense. Really caught Bedford in a bit of a change, and so they got a odd man rush, if you will, to use a hockey term. Weren't able to put in the back of the net, but a nice transition attempt by Dover.
Carter to Ketchum. Guarded there by Noah Lawless. Shot and a save there for Kahn. Kahn gets the return. Gives it back to Clark. Clark takes it over center. Gets his stick checked, loses the ball. Dover had it momentarily there. Number 3, Bryson Glidden. Couldn't control it. Now it's going into the Dover zone. Can they save it? Not quite. Yeah. Rubin couldn't chase that one down, so possession goes back to Dover.
Yeah, again, just a little bit of sloppiness, but nice play by Rubin here as they're trying to turn defense into offense.
And then he puts the ball between his legs so his teammate can get to it. Nice awareness there.
Yeah, good tenacity, turning a turnover through some sloppiness into a hustle play and getting the possession back.
Oh, Helton just fired that one right off the helmet of Kozlowski.
That's why they wear them. Yeah, cannot feel good.
Yeah, we happen to have the ball right here. These things are quite hefty. Not quite as hard as a hockey puck, but close.
Yeah, they're not frozen. As we see Helton with a nice turn, question mark, getting on the scorer's sheet.
So 9:26 of the second quarter, Helton gets his second.
Goal by number 19, Brody Helton.
Pushes the lead up for Bedford to 8-2.
Yeah, and again, we see Bedford able to take advantage of some sloppiness and overcome it, really. Would love to see them string together a few more passes. I think the players have a little bit more time than maybe their brain is telling them to secure the ball and make the right pass. Let's see if they can calm down a little bit here in the second quarter.
Nice pass to Durso. Tried to get it to Helton. Helton didn't have it securely in his webbing, so it rolled off his stick in a strange way. But it's a turnover for the Bulldogs. Dover now, they'll turn it right back over with a wild shot that misses everybody. Wild pass. Ethan Hare getting the ball up to Trevor Abenroth. On the far sideline, pass into the zone. We say, what do we have here, timeout?
Yeah, timeout by Bedford, probably a good one.
So Coach Gaudreau saw that it was kind of a rough situation there. Abenroth that really didn't have a good outlet and called timeout.
That's right.
That's
possession. Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think he was sometimes if you get yourself pinned against the sideline there, coaches can see it. You may not be able to see it, but it was the right timeout, preserve possession here. They've got a nice 8-2 lead. This is a time of the game where you don't want to give away a cheap one in a bad turnover or something like that. So nice timeout.
So on Monday at 5:30, we're going to have your next boys lacrosse match on BCTV against the Merrimack Tomahawks. We'll do the girls' game on Wednesday the 20th against the Pinkerton Academy Astros, also a 5:30 face-off. And then softball against the Merrimack Tomahawks on Friday the 22nd, 6 p.m. at Slavosky Field.
Yeah, I want to shout out, too, here, coming back to the game. Really nice play by Daniel Bretz, the goalie, on Dover. Even though it's 8-2, he's had some very nice saves with the prolific offense and prolific shooters that Bedford has. Really standing tall, and I want to give him credit. It's not always the easiest gig in the world to be a goalie, but he's doing a nice job here in the first half.
Just checking on the records here of some of the teams. I wanted to see how the softball team is doing. I know they had a big win against Nashua North just the other day. And Bedford is at 4-6, so they're still in the bottom third of Division I, but still within tournament possession. There's a quick shot by Helton. He gets a goal.
Yeah, very nice play, as we see. Just a pretty benign start to a possession. Bennett Matthews. What happened here is everybody was looking at Bennett and eyes forward, and you had Kobe Rubin kind of streaking in the middle towards Bennett, but Brody Helton was able to step out on the backside, and all eyes were on Bennett and Rubin. Brody giving a pretty easy pass, and nice to finish, but that was one of the easier ones he's going to get.
That's 7 goals in a row for Bedford. It's been all Bulldogs since the 5:16 mark, actually the 5:26 mark, when Bryson Durso tied the game up at 2 apiece. And then finally Dover wins the face-off, and they have to give it back because of the violation.
Yeah, and I got to be interested in how the scorers score that. That actually should be another win for Riccio, because it wasn't actually a loss because of the violation. So I think he's still 100% if the scoring holds true.
Durso gets it to Helton. Helton, the shot is blocked on the ground. Ball still loose. Pescalis had it. Now a flag flies, and we'll see who gets the violation here. I'm going to assume it's on Bedford because they stopped play, and Becker has to leave. So is it on Becker or?
Yeah, you don't. I think that's Drew Pescalis they're calling.
Okay.
He actually had the ball in his stick and was trying to get away and raised his hands with the ball, and somehow got a slash. You don't see that often. Usually you can't slash someone when you have possession, but nonetheless, it is on Drew Pescalis, and here we are, man down Bedford, and let's see what Dover can do, and I think is their second man up of the game.
So it's going to be Parker Ketchum here with the ball. Play resumes. Daniel Toland back to Ketchum. Yeah, we really haven't seen Dover have the time to put together an offensive play, and when they do, they are pretty effective, especially this gentleman here, Carter. There's a shot blocked, backed up by Dover.
Yeah, Bedford doing a nice job kind of packing it in, so Dover's shots right now are all short angle or out wide or long, and Bedford doing a nice job. Let's see if they can continue this trend. Nice fake by number 22, Parker Ketchum. Took the initiative on his own, was able to fake his way through, as we see the replay, fake his way around, coming back, and Will Frangillo fell for it, left an opening. They weren't able to close for Bedford in the middle. Nice job, individual effort by Parker Ketchum.
So Parker Ketchum able to break the 7-0 run by the Bulldogs and get the Dover Green Wave on the board here at the 7:45 mark of the second quarter. Another face-off win there for Riccio. And he continues to carry the ball, being checked there by Wood. He had a lane to the net, but decides to pull back anyway, gets it to Durso. Here's Helton. Crossover to Matthews. Matthews winds up and puts it right, bounces right in front of the keeper and beats Sylvia. And Matthews answers with a goal of his own at 7:21.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Bennett had 30 yards of open space, and so I think when you get something like that, head of steam, you're the goalie, you are guessing to a certain degree. And it was a very nicely placed shot, pretty far out, but I think just head of steam. The fact that it was Bennett coming, barreling down, maybe had the goalie guessing a bit. nonetheless, it's another goal for Bedford.
Talk about a little bit about what it's like for a keeper when the ball bounces right at your feet or maybe a foot in front of your feet. Now, I have to believe the ball's got some kind of spin, so it doesn't necessarily track forward. It might hop left or right.
That's exactly right. These days, the kids, the higher level shooters can put a bit of spin on it, but it's really about the surface. And we've got a little bit of wet here. We've had some rain, and so just that little bit of uncertainty can absolutely make you second guess your reaction time. That bounce may not be as clean as you thought, and that's where you see a goalie not necessarily saving the ball that they otherwise would have in a dry day.
So back-to-back turnovers, one by Bedford and Dover there. A pass intended for Ketchum off the mark. So Helton gets the ball here.
Yeah, I'll expand too. It's always hard with goalie when you're away as well. So even though you may play on a sport turf just the same as this one, they're all different depending on bounciness and the wetness, how it deals with water. So it's not easy to be a goalie. I will always maintain that.
Well, I've got a lot of respect for them because they're not exactly wearing a lot of equipment.
No.
All they have is a big butterfly net to protect themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Rubin up to Becker. Now Helton fires it high, backed up by Rubin. Bedford retains.
Yeah, this is really something that I think you see from a comfort standpoint. Bedford hasn't had this level of kind of craftiness, trickiness. They've been running plays all the way through the year, but with Helton making himself available in the middle and with a good stick, I think they're more willing to throw it in there. And we've seen 2 or 3 quick shots just recently because of his activity.
Helton's really... He's showing some variety with his shots, and that was kind of a low-line drive that he had right there. Although it was off the mark, but still Bedford retains. Here's Dax Becker. Gets it to Durso. Inside to Matthews. Spins but didn't shoot. Gets away from the Dover defender. Still has the ball. Inside to Helton. Helton is a little bit off there, but it's backed up by Rubin, so Bedford retains. Rubin to Matthews, a low shot off the side of the net. And Sylvia able to cover that up in the crease. 5:47 to go here. It's 10-3 Bedford. Dover trying to get out of their zone. Dorian passes it ahead. Carter. Now Cooper Ketchum, number 5, waits for his replacements to join him on the field. Here's Toland. Parker Ketchum. Now Cooper Ketchum. Puts a shoulder down. Fires a shot. That bounced a little early. I don't think that was the shot he intended to take.
Yeah, I think he's done that twice in a row there from out. He did on the man down or man up as well. Put it into the turf a lot sooner than he wanted. Really a harmless shot when it gets to the goal.
Carter, he's got 2 goals today. To Ketchum. Down low, shot. Misses everything. That was Porter Gray. But Dover backs up. They can maintain control of the ball here. Cooper Ketchum. Tried to get it to Carter. Now Silas Brown chases it down. He has to absorb a check there. That's Paul Gaudreau, by the way, number 10, defending. Carter wheels, fires, backed up by Dover.
Yeah, nice job on both sides, actually. Good defense, but Dover able to move and sustain an effort here. I see Bedford a little bit getting crossed up when they're trying to double or slide to help maybe a half-beaten man. That's where they have to tighten up. Dover, if they're going to score, it's going to come off of something like that, where a little bit of a blown assignment.
Here's Ketchum up against Durso. Comes out in the foreground, leaves it there for Ketchum. Cooper Ketchum fires. That's off the mark, but Logan Carter backs him up.
Yeah, Ethan Kahn kind of bodied that out of the goal. So nice save by him.
High shot in the crease. Right in front of the crease. There's a scrum trying to get the loose ball. And the official finally blows his whistle. That's kind of unusual. You don't see those kind of scrums in front of the net. Hockey, they're very common, but not so much in lacrosse.
Yeah, absolutely. That just came on a shot that would have otherwise ricocheted away. I think it actually hit Kahn in the back or something like that, and that's why it was kind of local to the front of the goal. And a push was called. It was a scrum. Lucky for Bedford, the ball didn't squirt out like you would see in a hockey scrum in front of the net.
Dover on the attack again. Cooper Ketchum runs into some flack, loses the ball. Rolls, picked up now by Porter Gray. Back to Silas Brown. Logan Carter emerges from behind goal line extended, loses the ball, and Kahn's ready to pick up the bouncing ball, and that squashes the Dover attack. Bedford over at the center line. Quick shot, backed up by Rubin. So that was kind of an interesting play there by Drew Clark, like he was trying to set something up here by getting Bedford a ball from behind X.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Cam Santos coming down. Dover might have been trying what they call a 10-man ride, where they actually take the goalie and have them come out on an attackman so you can move more people up the field and kind of go man-to-man. So he saw the goalie. The goalie was out of the net running back. I think that's what he saw. Luckily, Kobe Rubin was back there in order to keep that possession, because Bedford really needs one after a very long possession by Dover on their offensive end.
Shot goes wide, backed up by Rubin. Yeah, the shot didn't exactly look online. That's why I thought maybe he was deliberately just putting it out of bounds with Rubin in possession to back him up. Here's Helton, quickly snuffed out, but then Rubin comes in from behind X and scores. Beats Kahn high. And Bedford's back on the board now. It's 11-3 here at the 2:26 mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, Kobe Rubin has made a living this year, as we see the replay. Ball goes back, Helton gets two, and Kobe Rubin's there all alone, can sneak in. He's got a good first step and coming in amongst the trees, but able to find his way through, stay upright, and put the ball in the back of the net. He's done that quite a few times this year. Had a really nice season thus far with that type of move.
Riccio wins another. Gets it to Matthews. Bedford's got about 2 minutes to work with here, 2:20. Shot wide, backed up there by number 18, Sava Fatorik. Fatorik up to Durso, shot, score. Durso with his second goal, with Fatorik assisting. And now it's 12-3.
Yeah, and that one's had some mustard on it. There's a saying, a step-in shot. That was the definition, where Bryson was able to really plant that left foot and pivot, and to beat a goalie stick side high from 15 yards out. That means there's a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice on that. A well-placed ball, but that was humming.
Riccio with another win to Durso. Bedford on the attack again here with 2:03 to go in the half. Durso still with it, looking for an outlet. Not picked up by Becker. It's a turnover. Here's a Dorian along the far sideline, over center. Takes a hit, loses the ball. Bedford coming back. Pass to Pascalis. Shot off the ground. Not sure if it bounced wide or if Sylvia got a stick on that. Either way, Bedford has it.
Yeah, nice defensive play there previously by Cam Santos, throwing some wood. Was able to trap the Dover player on the sidelines and start that fast break. Unfortunate Pascalis wasn't able to put it through, but good possession by Bedford to get the ball back.
Yeah, the long stick's not really made for offense, is it? There's another shot by Durso, goes wide. Kind of looked funny as he was trying to hold the ball at, that long 6-foot stick in front of him.
Yeah, generally that's true. What makes it interesting and cool to see is the folks that can make it work. They are magicians, the ones who can come down and kind of play with it like they're a short stick.
Rubin loses the ball there. Matthews fires it high. And they're going to say that Dover was in position to take possession, and they do. 1 minute to go. Here in the half, Bedford leads 12-3.
1 minute remaining in the period.
They get the ball to Sylvia. Comes out of the net briefly. Pass off the mark. Looks like Bedford can pick up another possession here, and they do. This is Abenroth. Now Abenroth leaves the field as he leaves the ball in the capable hands of Bryson Durso. Bedford taking their time here, 33 seconds. They're going to play for the last shot. Matthews, way out, almost at midfield. Everybody else gathered around the net. He's got one defender right there, goes right by him, fires a high shot, and then Rubin backs that up. 18 seconds to go.
Yeah, not a bad take there by Bennett. Was able to get past the long pole pretty quickly, able to unleash it lefty. Still 18 seconds, so plenty of time to run a play.
Rubin centers. Durso makes a move, a swim move. Well defended. Back to Rubin, but he can't make the connection. It's going to be Dover's ball here with 7.8 seconds to go. We'll see what they do here to just run out the clock. I think they will.
Yeah, they had high hopes there. A little bit of call it a handcuff when you throw it into the body of a player like that. Fortunately, Rubin wasn't able to get there.
Oh, they throw the Hail Mary into the Bedford zone, picked up by the Bulldogs. The clock expires on the first half. Let's give you a scoring update. For the second quarter, it was Brody Helton getting his second goal at 9:26, made it 8-2. Helton again from Matthews at 8:43, 9-2. Then it was Ketchum, I believe it was Cooper Ketchum, getting a goal for Dover, breaking the 9-goal streak there, or the 7-goal streak for the Bulldogs. At 7:45, they made it 9-3. Then the rest of the way, all Bedford. Matthews from Helton at 7:21. Rubin from Helton at 2:26, and Durso from Fedoruk at 2:07. That's where we stand right now at 12:03. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for second half action. You're watching Boys Lacrosse on BCTV.
BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
Welcome back to Bedford High Stadium. We're about ready for second half action with the Bulldogs leading 12-3. Let's look at our upcoming broadcast schedule here on BCTV. Another boys lacrosse game against the Merrimack Tomahawks coming up on Monday the 18th, 5:30 face-off. Girls lacrosse will be Wednesday, May 20th at 5:30. They'll be hosting the Pinkerton Academy Astros, and softball against the Merrimack Tomahawks on Friday, May 22nd at 6 p.m. at Slavosky Field. And I believe that will finish up our regular season broadcast schedule, and what will follow will be playoff action. We'll be bringing those contests to you, too, on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. So, Jay, we've got the 9-point lead here, another 3 goals, and Bedford can push this into run time. Probably an opportunity to give some bench players a little bit of time, a little exposure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just out there talking to some of the Bedford fans. I think everybody's got it's nice to see Brody Helton, a strong impact player out there. So I would suspect we're going to see the starters for just a bit more to kind of make sure they cement this, make sure Dover doesn't get on a roll of any kind. But we will start to see some of the other players deservingly get in and get some time to get on the stat sheet.
Bedford going from left to right.
There are programs available for today's game. They're located on the
And it's going to be
press box that is furthest away from
Owen Wood here against Dylan Riccio. Dylan picks it up again. I believe he's been perfect today. They did lose one on a violation, I think, right?
Yeah, I think the one that Dover picked up actually was called off for a violation on them. So if the stat sheet, is true, that should not be a win for Dover. So Riccio should be 100%.
Helton's shot is wide of the goal. Bedford retains.
Yeah, we see more of the same here. Bedford able to dominate the face-off X, get possession, and Brody Helton with a shot. I think Brody's going to become the leading shooter in the league or in the team just from this game. Catch up with everybody from the season.
And there's a shot from Helton, high over the shoulder of Sylvia, and another goal there for the Bulldogs. That is goal number 4 for Brody Helton.
Yeah, we see him slip out there, and I'm just joking with the kid. He definitely has the skills and the reason to have a green light. Big body, able to control, squeeze through 2 defenders, and a really nice shot, high to high. Had the goalie guessing a little bit with all these the volume of shots. And I mean this seriously. You can really start to have a goalie wonder where you're going next, and that is to the advantage of the shooter.
Face off at the Big B. And Riccio wins again. Absorbs a few blows there from Wood. Shrugs them off. Enters the offensive zone. Now pulls up. Leaves it for Matthews. Matthews down low to Rubin. I think, no, Matthews had it. He faked that pass. Fires the shot. Goes wide. Backed up by Bedford. Now Rubin with it. Matthews. Helton. Rubin low, turns, fires, hits the side of the net. Sylvia's able to cover that up. A couple times in that possession, I noticed that Matthews was somehow faking a shot or a pass, and the ball just stuck in his netting. How does he pull that off?
Yeah.
How did he make such a convincing move without the ball coming out? And here's Dover on the attack. Carter down low, shot. I think that went off the helmet of Kahn.
It did. Very nice save by Ethan Kahn. Reaction save. A little bit of chaos on the Bedford side where they weren't quite set for that fast break.
And then a turnover there. Catch him with it. Dover now settles down.
Yeah, going back with that fake, it is really a very strong move, because if you can convince it, meaning you got the arm follow through and the body, it definitely with the stick can throw off the defense and give you a little bit more time to make the right pass.
Well, it's throwing me off. Here's catching again high. Being watched by Becker. Tries to get away from that check. Fires. That goes wide. Backed up by Carter. Ball will stay with Dover. Yeah, he kept fooling me every time he did that. I'm thinking, oh, he made a pass. Nope, still in his webbing.
Yeah, as we see that reaction saved by Kahn. Nice job standing tall in the cage.
Here's Carter. That shot was just inside a bit, misses everything. Dover will retain here. 9:29 to go in the third, 13-3, Bulldogs up.
Yeah, and I saw on that on Kahn on that shot, he was really hugging that inside pipe. Got burned a few times on the inside, but he was smart on that shot. As another one goes wide.
Great move right there by Toland. He was inside, and he kind of was a stealth shot. I don't know if you saw what he did. Yeah, but he missed the net with it, but it was kind of a slick move.
Yeah, underhand, maybe even through the legs, something like that, but pretty nifty.
Shot there by Cooper Ketchum. backed up by Dover. So it's an extended possession here for the Green Wave, but they're not showing anything for it yet. Carter to catch him. Stick check, loses the ball. Backed up by Brown. Here's Parker catch him. Cooper catch him. Tries to get in front of the Bedford defender and fires a dribbler wide of the far side. Silas Brown backs him up, so the ball will stay with the Green Wave. 8:40 to go here in the third.
Yeah, it's good possession for Dover. Really getting to the goal, getting underneath some of these long sticks and taking it to kind of the man-to-man. We're not seeing them way outside. I guess they realize they're down by 10. They got to press a little bit more. So let's see what they can do and how the Bedford defense can hold.
Another shot wide, backed up. Dover again on the attack. Down low. And a goal there by number 22, Parker Ketchum. I believe that's the second. And the Green Wave cuts the lead down to 9.
Yeah, we see Ketchum able to get inside Bennett Matthews and stand strong, stay out of the crease, and be able to bury nice individual play and a strong play by Ketchum there.
That comes at the 8:14 mark. A little bit of discussion here with the officials. Not sure what that's about.
Yeah, I think
Dover goal by number 32.
the Dover team's identified a hole in the net, and obviously, if you're on offense, you want to make sure when the ball goes in the net, you're staying. The ball
I thought it
stays
was
in the net.
22 who scored. I'm sorry, what? Dover has 4. That is the 4th goal.
Yes.
And was it 32, not 22? He said 32? Okay, so we're going to give that to Carter instead.
We're just giving out goals here today.
Well, they're closer than I am,
That's
although
right.
I've got the binoculars.
Yeah, so we just see a quick stoppage of time here to fix a hole in the net. Again, got to be regulation, got to be tight so balls aren't going in and
Get
then
a zip
flying
tie
out from
on there.
behind. Yeah, exactly. Should be a quick fix here, and we'll be back up and running soon.
Well, while we're talking about the officials there, let's remind everybody that becoming a high school sports official is an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model for demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have the opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school official, go to nhiaa.org, and they will provide you the zip ties.
That's right, free zip ties.
Ask Andrew to do a replay on that.
Yeah, that's right. Get the replay on the handiwork of the officials here.
Well, he got the camera in tight there, so that's Bill Jennings operating the camera. And Con examining the work. I think we're ready to go. It'll be Wood against Riccio. Riccio picks up the loose ball, another win. Wheels around into the offensive zone. Pulls up, gets it to Durso. Durso now to Helton. Now Helton flips it over to Becker. And Matthews just comes on the field as well. Durso to Matthews. Matthews winds up, fires, and scores. Easy peasy.
Yeah, nice goal. And this was, again, a little bit, it looked lackadaisical. It was not. I mean, the spacing was there. Bennett found a little bit of an opening in the zone there, and the Dover team didn't collapse out fast enough, and Bennett does not need an invitation to go let one loose. Really nice shot placement, and here we are, 14-4.
So Matthews scores 3 in the first quarter. He's got 1 in the second and 1 in the third. 5 goals on the day. 14-4 is your score. Matthews with the win again. Down the sideline, being harassed by Wood, draws a flag. Matthews now goes behind X.
Yeah, I think that was actually Riccio with the
Riccio, sorry.
He's starting to get more and more confidence. It's kind of funny in a good way where, he feels like he can pick up the ball, sure, off of face-off, but he also feels like he can run with the ball a little bit, and you see him get a burst of energy and go towards the goal, feeling himself a little bit, but he deservedly so. I think he's, again, still 100% on the day.
So now Bedford sets their offense. Here's Helton. Fires a shot. That's stopped by Sylvia, and we'll get a stoppage here, and we'll find out what the officials saw. Send somebody to the sin bin. Gonna guess it was on Dover, considering that the play was continuing while Bedford was in possession.
Yeah, I think it's something like a cross-check way back on when Riccio picked up the ball. Let's see, or maybe a high stick, high elbow, something like that. But Riccio kind of weathered that. It wasn't a hit that knocked him over or anything like that. Just took it, absorbed it, and here we are at Bedford with another opportunity.
It is Owen Wood now in the penalty box. So it definitely came off the face-off. Here's the Torque to Becker. Matthews to Durso. Pescalis. Bedford 5 on the perimeter here. Matthews, shot, tracked all the way by Sylvia, makes the save.
Yeah, it was a nice play. They slipped out Matthews, and he got the shot he wanted. I think the goalie, that's actually Daniel Brett's, able to stand tall and save it, as we see a little bit of sloppiness from Bedford. They got the ball, then turned it over. But nice play by Brett's to stand tall and save that one. I think, too, at this point in the game, that's where if you're Coach Gaudreau, you want to start seeing the specialty plays, the man up, the man down, really do well. But otherwise, this is probably when you're going to start to feather in some others into the game and get them some playing time.
So off the turnover, Dover with the ball. Kozlowski runs into Durso, loses the ball, but Sylvia, the keeper, was there. Picked it up for him. Over the midfield stripe. Giddens up to Parker Ketchum. He's got 2 goals today. Cooper Ketchum, number 5. Dover waits until his offense sets. The substitutions come on the field. Santos watching him closely with the long stick, trying to check it away. Good protection there by Cooper Ketchum. Now drifts back, giving Santos the cold shoulder. Now he weaves his way through, puts it on the ground, and Kahn was ready for that. Scooped that shot up off the turf. 5:24 to play here in third. 14-4, Bulldogs lead. There's a pass up to number 9, Drew Clark. Give and go, and a great shot there by Helton, but Sylvia ready for that. Dover possession here. New goalkeeper in there. So is it Daniel Bretz? Thank you very much for pointing that out.
Yeah, again, he was we saw him there out on a 10-man ride, meaning he is coming out of the cage so they can move up and start to press on Bedford. Bedford able to break it. He was running back frantically, turned just as the shot came, was falling down, and maybe luckily the ball hit him right in the stick, but it's a save nonetheless. Really nice play by Bretz.
A little pause in the action here, but Dover will possess, and now we restart. Parker Ketchum, over to Cooper Ketchum now. Quick flip to Toland. Loose ball behind X, picked up there by Gray. Pass up high to Ketchum. Cooper Ketchum, number 5, now pulls back. Carter, he had that top corner labeled, but he was just a little too late releasing it, and he goes wide.
Yeah, and seeing some good movement by Dover. They actually, with the extra pass, had Bedford dead to rights, and ball wasn't able to get caught on the crease, but nice offensive play here. Man up.
Parker Ketchum with it. Now Cooper Ketchum. Tried to get it to Carter down low. Good save there by Kahn, but he couldn't control the ball. Dover still with it. Cooper Ketchum on the high spot. Bounce. That was one of those weird shots. He definitely did not mean to do that.
Yeah, what happens is you can, to get better hold of the ball when you're running through, you can tighten those top shooters, and it really creates a nice small basket. But what that stops you from doing is a clean release of the ball. And I think we've seen that a couple times. Ketchum just not able to get the ball out cleanly, bouncing it into the turf way before he wants to.
Parker Ketchum there falling down, releases the shot. He was off balance, misses the net. 3:44 to play in the third. Green Wave still with the ball. Now Toland. Up to Cooper Ketchum. Watched by Santos. Ketchum gets it behind X there to Gray. Is Logan Carter being harassed, trying to get away. Bounces it over to Cooper Ketchum, fires a shot and beats Kahn up high.
Yeah, and a nice play by Dover here. Drew Clark was all over number 32, Logan Carter. Ketchum able to get it as Carter got it just barely out of his stick, and really nice shot. Beat Kahn, top right, stick side. He's had some heat on it. Good response from Dover to pull within 9, so they still got a ways to go, but good for them to get a goal here for a little bit of the pride.
Cooper Ketchum with the assist from Logan Carter. Riccio wins the face-off. Bedford with possession. Riccio now pulls back, leaves it there for Durso. He gets off the field and makes room for Becker to come on, and Matthews as well. Durso to Matthews. He thinks about firing the shot. Nope. Makes the fake there. Tried to backhand it, and instead it dribbles right to the keeper, Bretz. He's trying to do a little dipsy-do there.
I think he tried to flip it behind his back to himself. That's a pretty contested area to try to do that. Gotta give him credit for the attempt, but that one was probably a little bit ill-fated from the beginning.
Yeah, getting a little giddy there with the ball.
Yeah, spinning behind the back, flip to yourself. That's high on the bingo list for Lacrosse Dazzle.
Matthews, a senior, he'll be playing for Duke come next year. So Dover with possession, gets it to Cooper Ketchum, the last goal scorer. Hits the dirt. Taking a hit there from Matthews, staying on the field, playing a little defense. Here's Logan Carter up from behind X, and he takes a blow there from Durso on the ground. Ball is loose. We'll see who gets there first. Good block there by Cooper Ketchum, but the ball's still on the ground. Flipped ahead by Frangillo, and Helton comes up with it for Bedford. Brody Helton gets it to Durso. Durso fires and scores.
Yeah, that was a really nice play all around for Bedford. Really strong pressure on the ball. Helton able to stop, turn, find Durso wide open, and we saw the goalie, number 24, Daniel Bretz, was kind of powerless there. Was already sinking down to the ground, and Durso beat him high. No shot for the goalie as Durso shot wide open. Nice play all around, though, by Bedford.
Bedford up by 10, 15-5 with a minute and 20 to go here. Face off at the Big B, and Durso gets that into the attack zone. Here's Helton, fires a shot, gets his own rebound right off the stick of Bretz. And now he turns it right in front. Rubin had a chance at the ball, but luckily for Dover, they regained possession just in time.
Yeah, lucky for Bretz there. He dropped the ball right in front, almost dropped it into Rubin's stick. So lucky for them to keep the ball here and get onto offense.
Logan Carter's shot is wide, short side. He's stopped there. So 33 seconds to go, ball on the ground in the Bedford zone. Fatorik tried to play it, and he looks like he's going to get a call there. All right, call on Dover. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think what they said is the Dover player picked it up. Number 3, Bryson Glidden, picked it up out of bounds. So Bedford with one last chance with about 15 seconds remaining.
Pass down low here to Rubin. Pulls out, gets it to Durso, waits. Now Matthews. Inside to Fatorik, scores, and they're going to say he was in the crease. So they waved the goal off. He was in the crease. I think he was a little too tight.
Yeah, unfortunate, because that was a very, very nice find from Matthews, and Fatorik able to catch it, try to be skinny, but unfortunately the ref right there called him in the crease, negates the goal. But nice play by Bedford as we end the third quarter up 15-5 handily in the lead.
And scoring recap for the third quarter started with Brody Helton from Matthews at 11:22. That made it 13-3. Then Dover answers with a goal from, I think it was number 22, Parker Ketchum. No, correction, that's the goal we thought was Ketchum. Was actually Carter at 8:14, 13-4, Bedford up. Then at 7:48, Matthews from Durso made it 14-4. Cooper Ketchum from Carter made it 14-5. Then with a minute and 20 to go, Durso from Helton made it 15-5. And while we've got a moment here, we'd like to thank our underwriters on BCTV and Bedford 105.1 Radio. These are the businesses that make our coverage of Bulldog sports possible. They include Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center.
Yeah, we're laughing here in the box as we're going through the score. If we don't know who scored on Dover, it's probably a Ketchum. There's enough of them on the team.
It's one of the Ketchums or Carter.
That's right, or the coach, I think, as well as a Ketchum. So we'll see if there's a relation there. Wouldn't be surprised if so. As we see
Chris Ketchum's the coach.
Yeah, we see some of the replays here. It's been a nice game from both sides. You know, obviously Bedford up pretty handily, but we've seen some nice plays. And when Dover's able to really push and take it one-on-one and gain a step on someone, they've seen success. Unfortunately, they just haven't had enough of that to really make an impression and get closer.
Speaking of college next year, Brody Helton, I believe he's committed to Holy Cross for lacrosse.
I believe he's still going to Rutgers.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he is going to Rutgers to play.
So Big Ten, ACC and Big Ten. Certainly no slouch for competition there.
That's right.
Rubin gets the bounce pass, picks it up off the ground, still with it, accepts a few blows, fires and scores, wheels around. Really nice goal there by Rubin.
Yeah, again, persistence, got a bounce pass, didn't quite handle it cleanly. Not that he should have, but was able to. As we see, he just picked it up, and he is not scared. I love that about this kid. Able to go right into the middle. It's kind of like a wide receiver going over the middle in football. It takes some courage to go in there. And this is the same thing. You can not only get hit, you can get slashed by a stick. They don't have sticks in football, so added level of threat to you. But Kobe Rubin managing it well and scoring again.
A little tougher there for Riccio, but he manages to pick it up. Bedford on the attack again. Matthews already on the field. Looks for an outlet. Gets it to Helton. And Bratt saw it all the way. Is able to get the stick on that. Now Dover quickly on the attack. Parker Ketchum pulls back, waits for his teammates to join the fray. They reset.
Yeah, and we see the starters still out there. I wonder if that is in just to get them a couple losses for Bedford, meaning the Bedford starters still out there. Wonder if it isn't just to get them a little bit more playing time, get the feel of playing well, playing as a team, and winning.
I believe we're just one goal away from run time.
Yeah, I think we are. I think that happens at 12, so we'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter.
Parker Ketchum makes the move there, but cannot get away from Bennett Matthews, or correction, 23. That's Ethan Hare defending. Now here's Cooper Ketchum. Sails that high. And it's over the fence, almost over the fence. Again, not the shot I think he was looking for.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
harassment, I think, kind of caused him to be off on his shot.
Yeah, and if he shot that 10 steps prior when he's in the middle of the field, it's a good shot. I think, though, when he's that far out and continuing to fall away from the goal, you're really lowering your odds. Righty trying to cut down the angle. It's the shot Bedford wants him to take, that's for sure.
Parker Ketchum fires the shot inside. Oh, what a great feed there. And a goal by number 9, Silas Gray.
Yeah, nice play by Dover as we see this. Again, Bedford, really all eyes were up on the ball and in the middle on number 11. And
number 9, Porter Gray.
Yeah, and Porter Gray was able to sneak in from the backside. Really nice pass. And, that happens. I think the Bedford D is starting to get a little bit more, trying to get more pressure on the ball and trying to really press out. And they got beat on that one.
So Porter Gray is the scorer from Cooper Ketchum. Makes it a 10-goal game. Riccio wins again. Matthews. Heldon fires and scores. Quick answer there, 9:59 mark of the fourth.
Yeah, and it's absolutely a dimension of this team that they didn't have in the beginning of the season with Helton coming back. Again, I started out saying he may be limited, but if this is limited, then he's doing pretty well. A bunch of goals, bunch of opportunity here, and I think what it gives you is yet another strong stick in the middle of the field for Bennett Matthews and others to pass down into. I mean, that wasn't really a play that he was wide open. He created the opening, and it was a great shot to the bottom left corner.
And a violation call on Riccio, so I believe that's the first face-off he's failed to control. Correction, it was on Dover.
Yes, that was on Dover. I think at this point they're doing whatever they can to slow down Riccio. I don't know if it was a jump early or if he grabbed a sticker. It seemed like something more along those lines. That's so the hand over hand, kind of the rolling hands, is a legal procedure. It means you did something wrong. It
doesn't describe what happened.
Yeah, either you clamped early or you held the other player or something on that face-off.
Helton fires wide, backed up by Rubin. 9:45 to play. Bulldogs up by 11. Matthews fires right into the webbing of Bretz.
Yeah, and right after he let that go, he stopped and turned around and looked up. He knew it. That could have been, should have been a better shot, and but that's okay. This is the game to work through that, make sure you're getting the right stuff on target.
Dover now on the attack. Carter. Back to Parker Ketchum. And that's number 11, Toland. Knocked down. That's the call. Ball lost out of bounds?
I think it was. I think Cam Santos was able to push out number 11, Daniel Toland. Nice defensive play. I believe it was an out of bounds, so ball over to Bedford.
Matthews tried to get it up to Durso, couldn't get it. Now comes right back, Dover on the attack. Carter. Oh, beautiful goal there.
Yeah.
That was Porter Gray. It's the second goal.
Very nice from Porter Gray. As we see the replay, a little bit of sloppiness in the midfield. Durso wasn't able to grab it. And Porter Gray going under and up. Really nice play, really nice finish. Bedford defense got kind of caught flat-footed there on the odd man, and Gray was able to put it home. Keep it within 10.
Avoiding the run time.
Yeah, they just don't want it to be running time. I guess, though, too, when you're in this type of game, every little bit matters, and so it's good for them to be able to take that away. And, hey, we can do some things against Bedford, even though the total score wasn't where we wanted it. Good to see them still playing hard.
That was a slick move there by Riccio, behind the back pass. Shot on net, stopped by the keeper, Bretz. Dover coming back. Parker Ketchum over the midfield line. Dover on offense once more. Porter Gray back to catch him. Noah Lawless watching him.
Yeah, Nola recently switching to short stick. He'd been playing long stick previously, but I think Coach Gaudreau trying different combinations of folks. This team does have a large number of long poles at their disposal, so trying to get some freshmen on the field in other positions.
Got a flag on the play. That was a really slick backhand shot there that Kahn was ready for. But we have a penalty called on Bedford, I believe. Trying to see, it looks like it's Fatorik coming off. He'll be serving time. Probably a minute or so. 7:49 left in regulation. 17-7, Bulldogs up.
Yeah, I think they got actually Cam Santos on a hold there.
Oh, number 8,
so.
okay. Fatorik is 18, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. It's okay. It's small numbers.
Gray to Carter, inside to catch him.
Save.
Now, another great save, point blank. Off the stick of number 5, Cooper Ketchum. Kahn ready for that. Now he leaves it there for Abenroth. Frangillo gives it back to the keeper. Kahn floats it out. Picked up by Durso. He thought that he threw it out of bounds thinking that Matthews was in play, but he was actually on the sideline.
Bennett wanted that ball. He was open, however, 2 feet planted on the wrong side of that line. I think Durso's probably laughing right now saying, oh, I thought you were coming on right behind me. So Dover with another shot here. I think it's a 6-on-6 lacrosse. And again, very nice penalty kill for Bedford. Kahn standing tall. A couple rebounds out there that he would probably like to control, but otherwise, nice defensive stands.
Dover backs that shot up. Kahn tried to do the backup there. Now Carter loses the handle, and Bedford comes back here. Santos way up ahead to Rubin. Oh, nice save there by Bratz. Point blank.
Yeah, he's had a number of those today where should have been goals for sure, but he's been able to stand tall and really, really nice reaction with his hands.
Glidden's gets it over the timeline there for Parker Ketchum. Now he slows things down, waiting for his teammates to come on in substitution. Oh, he had a nice setup there. Tried to get it to Logan Carter, but couldn't complete the catch.
Yeah, and we saw that alley from where we sit here. He was wide open, Logan Carter on the backside, and I'm not convinced that wasn't tipped by a Bedford team member, but they were able to get the ball harmlessly go out of bounds. That could have been a good opportunity for Dover.
So Becker gets it up to Helton. Helton absorbing some blows there from Kozlowski. Helton keeping things on the outside, joined now by Matthews and Durso, but Helton will keep the ball. Oh, now he gets it over to Matthews. Matthews thinks about winding up. Back to Helton. Helton with the shot that goes wide, and let's see what the call is. They're going to say Dover in position, so the green wave will control. 5:37 to go. Regulation 17-7. Bulldogs are up.
Yeah, even Brett's thought that was a Bedford ball, but no one on the back up there, so Dover with a little bit of a gift, and see what they can do to clear.
So Haybert brings the ball over the timeline. Now he passes it up to Van Susie in the game for the first time, number 8. First time I called his number. I don't know if he was in there or not. Adorian now leaves it for Ketchum. Waits for Gray to join him. Leaves it there for Cooper Ketchum. Santos watching him. But Cooper Ketchum gets some leverage, fires a shot, backed up by Dover. Salas Brown in position, will pick it up. 4:50 to go here. Cooper Ketchum firing. Saved by Kahn. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews makes a move. Crosses the center line. Matthews still with it. Closing in. Makes a swim move. Fires a shot. Scores.
Yeah, great individual effort by Matthews there. Credit to Drew Carter getting the ball on the ground. A couple nice checks. We've seen Matthews just, again, we talked about it before. He's a big, strong guy and not really afraid of someone throwing a body on him. And so able to lift the arm, swim over, and go right to the goal. Not much Dover can do if you're not able to bring the body. But nice job all around by Bedford. Ethan Kahn standing tall. Again, Drew Carter, the freshman, throwing some nice checks out there to dislodge the ball.
Lead back up to 11 here, 4:23 to play. Riccio able to snap the ball behind him, catch up to it. Gets around Wood, trying to stop him from entering the offensive zone. Now they settle down. Helton, Durso. Under 4 to play here. Next goal by Bedford would put this into run time. Not that there's much time to run off. Shot wide, backed up by Bedford.
Yeah, again, I think they're really trying to use Helton in the middle there. To be honest, for Bedford for the rest of their season, I'm actually kind of glad that Bretz is a strong goalkeeper because you can get a false sense of what'll fall there from the jump shots out at 15, 20 yards. Bretz has been standing strong, and so it's a really good test for Bedford as they continue to drive and find that way to integrate Brody back into the game.
There's a goal right there by Silas Brown.
We were talking about goalies. That's got to be one as we see Dover come down. Number 7, Silas Brown open, and Ethan Kahn had it and just dribbled in from behind. I was never a goal. Well, I was goalie long ago, but never a good one. And I got to imagine those are the ones that bug you more than just the shots that beat you outright.
Yeah, and I'm sure just like hockey, when you get hit by the ball, you think you've got it because it's kind of a phantom sensation that the ball is there when it actually snuck through. It's just the bruise that you're feeling.
Exactly.
Bedford with another face-off win. Matthews behind the back, and a goal there by Vitoric. What a fantastic feed.
Yeah, very nice. And this is probably where we're going to start to see the rest of the teammates get a chance. We see number 22, Brooks Hardy, coming out on the wing. Number 16, Noah Lawless, who was playing the third short stick defender, or second, I guess, able to put a long pole back in his hands. Jacoby DeJesus out there on attack. So nice to see some of these other guys. Number 25, Brian Gaudreau, able to get out. So nice to see these guys get a chance and play in some real high school Division I lacrosse.
Ruben failed to receive that pass. And they're going to blow the whistle. Give Bedford a possession there. Back in play, Ruben. Brooks Hardy. Back to Ruben.
Nice play by Ruben.
Yeah, gets by one man. Tried to stuff it in, but pays the price. Takes a blow there from Ryan Ebert, but gets the goal. I'm sure the pain goes away when you know when the ball went in.
Yeah, really nice job. Just skirting around. Got number 2 on skates. Colin Kozlowski on skates and took it inside and really tight roped in. Took a little bit of a shot at the end, but got the goal. Again, credit to Kobe Rubin. Not the biggest of folks, but able to stand tall in there and get the job done.
And we are now in run time with just 2:13 to play. And a change in the face-off circle. It's going to be
Finn LaMarche, I think, is out there at the face-off circle.
And they're going to he's going to go up against Parker Ketchum here. So that's interesting. And Ketchum's able to win that faceoff. That's the first Dover faceoff win. Sans penalty, of course. And a timeout is called. 1:41 to play. Well, we've got some time. Let's thank our underwriters one last time for making these broadcasts possible on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Thank you for your support. Don't forget our next broadcast, another boys lacrosse contest coming up on Monday, May 18th against the Merrimack Tomahawks. That starts at 5:30. Girls lacrosse just 2 days later, Wednesday the 20th against Pinkerton Academy Astros, also at 5:30. And then what I believe is the final broadcast of the regular season on BCTV, it's going to be softball against the Merrimack Tomahawks on the 22nd at 6 p.m. And the Bedford team with 4 wins on the year, they are fighting for a shot in the playoffs. I haven't done the math yet. I'm not sure if they're in a tournament spot or not, but I'll check that later. I'm sure with 4 wins, they're probably it's very hit or miss.
Yeah, they're still a good punt, right? Hit or miss for softball, but I'm sure they're looking up still at the playoffs right now.
Play resumes with 1:41 to go. Dover possesses. Dorian on offense now. Haven't called his name very much. He steps out of bounds. Yeah, those out of bound, those field lines aren't really that obvious. It's kind of a dark blue on green. It's really doesn't stand out. Not like the football lines. So great interception there by Parker. Ketchum comes in and scores.
Yeah, nice play, individual effort. Still running hard, number 22. Kahn in the middle, thought he had someone open, and Ketchum just came trying to connect Kahn with Stefanos Peters Demetrio. Not able to do it. Stepped in the way, and Ketchum able to put it in the back of the net.
So time is running.
22, Parker Ketchum.
Score is 20-9 with 45 seconds to go and counting. One more face-off coming here. We'll be wrapping things up fairly soon. Let's start the recap of the fourth quarter scoring. Rubin made it 16-5 at 11:47 for Bedford. Then for Dover, Porter Gray at 10:13. 16-6 was the score. At 9:59, Brody Helton from Matthews, 17-6. Porter Gray again at 8:45 from Cooper Ketchum, 17-7. Matthews at 4:23, 18-7. Silas Brown for Dover at 3:24, 18-8. Fatorik at 3:13 made it 19-8. Rubin for Bedford at 2:35, 20-8, and then the final goal scored by Parker Ketchum, 20-9 with 1:04 remaining. That's going to do it. Jay Abenroth, thank you for joining me on the broadcast. Always a pleasure to work with you. And we hope Corey makes it back for the next broadcast. Bill Jennings was on the camera. Andrew Friend with production and replays. Thank you for tuning in. Your final score, Bedford 20, Dover 9. You've been watching Bedford Lacrosse on BCTV. So long, everybody.